So Libra, this is for the month of April, and this, as always, except I'm going to be changing it up. You're going to be getting one Dark Goddess Oracle card, one Daemon Tarot card, and then 5 from the Tarot deck. And you got the Dark Angels Tarot for the month of April. And yes, this is intended for somebody who has a, excuse me. It's intended for somebody who has a Libra ascendant. But if you only know that you have a Libra sun, that's fine. And also, if you're cross-watching, love you to death, but make sure that you only do it when it's necessary. Without further ado, let's see what other comes out for Libra for this month. So Libra, your dark goddess of the month is Dear Woman for temptation, and your daemon is King Asmodeus. Ah, that's nasty. No, just messing. But now, to be kind of honest, April is going to be providing you a lot of things that are going to be wanting to get your attention and kind of woozy-wooing you. But also King Asmodeus, being alongside the woozy-wooey, can kind of give a hint that make sure you have control over yourself and understand that you don't get overly taken over by what's trying to woozy-woo you. But now, at the same time, lust isn't always going towards something that's suggestive. It's actually can be lusting for something that's like bringing more security to your life, longing for something that's more sustainable, something that's more pleasing to the mind, like actually learning a new subject, getting mental peace. It could also be taking on a new endeavor that you've been wanting to take on. Just make sure that you don't let something possess you and tempt you to a point where you can't have the control. And if you're trying to woozy-woo someone, this is probably the month to do it. Just make sure that you don't let yourself get out of bounds. Just with that Asmodeus, being your daemon for the month. What I would suggest to do, because at least for Dear Woman, she's been known to lure people and have them kind of disappear. Make sure that if something looks too good to be true, make sure you question it, because you can always question it before you jump. And for King Asmodeus, at least in my opinion, in this depiction of him, I think he looks rather jolly in this depiction. In other words, when you're taking a look at something that's tempting you, be kind of a little bit, how am I going to put this? Approach it in a way that's kind of, best said, warm. Like welcoming, friendly, and just welcoming, but not like inviting, because that's different. If you're inviting in something, you're allowing it to come in. If you're welcoming it, you're kind of greeting it. But then again, we'll just see what comes out of here. For your tarot, it's just going to be a simple five card pull. Let's see what comes out. Six of Swords. Ace of Swords. Four of Wands. Prince of Swords. Or actually that's the Page of Swords. And then the last one. So we got a lot of blowing and one beating stick so far. Or wand or fire. And Justice, which is your card, by the way. So. What I'm getting from this always make sure before you start making any kind of decisions this month and kind of stalking somebody or like kind of pursuing someone in a way that's a bit immature in communication, like stalking, like sending messages from a different profile, like on a social media, kind of deceiving someone and kind of keeping yourself veiled. Try your best to kind of avoid doing that, because probably you're probably trying to get to a state of more stability and you're trying to actually pursue that what you're desiring. Just make sure you keep your balance and have pure clarity before you decide to make your move. And take your time with it. Because you have to balance out knowing what's real, what's not real, and thinking with a clear head on your shoulders. Because if you don't think with a clear head, and if you kind of go towards it something like an immature way of communicating, you actually might be heading towards losing the clarity, and then the scales get tipped upside down, and then things get out of balance. But if you take your time and actually balance it out and think before you do your approach, you actually will come to find out that possibly you could be getting a celebration of attaining that what you have desired. And because since I'm seeing 2 women in this depiction, and on the wands there's 4 skulls, what I'm seeing and probably thinking is that you most more than likely might be dealing with a choice between 2 very attractive decisions. So make sure that you think with your head, but also think with the practical down below, because in the depiction you have this beautiful woman. Funny enough, just for giggles. Do you happen to see it? You see that this one has black hair and black, okay? Now look at this one. Oh, that's not coincidental. So possibly that could be you in the victory and probably not being as satisfied and content with it. So maybe what you might be stalking and kind of going towards when you think you have the clarity may actually not really balance you out, and you might be kind of meh with it, and it's not what you expect it to be. But just make sure, again, I don't know why I have to keep stressing this, but make sure you put in balanced effort. Keep yourself with pure clarity and keep your clarity to yourself. I don't speak it out loud, because if you don't, you can risk stalking someone and you're thinking you're getting to a better peace of mind, but you might be really dissatisfied with what comes out. Give me 2 more or suggested courses of action. 9 of Swords. What was I saying? If you're going to be going and thinking that you're going to be stalking something because of insecurity, you're going to get stuck in it, and you're not going to be in the best mental place. But if you go towards it with humility and understanding that things have to sometimes be done on your own and take your time with them, that's where you get the 6 of Wands of victory. And you actually be content with it. And you won't be looking down like, nah. So make sure to obtain this victory, take your time. Don't go in Hong Kong fully face first, believing everything. Because if you do, you actually might come to realize that it's not what you wanted in the first place. So take your time with it. Don't find 2 more. Yeah. You might actually be going face first into something that's really going to damage you emotionally. Or you actually might be able to withstand it even though you've been injured. And you're trying to figure out the way back to your light. Just make sure you understand either way, you're still going to be standing. But just remember, take your time. Don't go flying face first because of something tempting you and being all tease. Take your time. One thing at a time. Question it. Be welcoming, but yeah, don't be rude. But take it easy. Because you're going to be tested. To see if you actually learned the lesson, finally. And there is the Page of Wands now, so you might be getting a message about it pretty soon. And remember, don't be afraid to get sassy if it needs to be done. And that's what I got for you, Libra. Yep, because now there's your 3 of Cups of friendship and celebration. That's what I have for you, Libra. Good luck in April. Don't let the nasty, nasty possess you.